I think it's all about perception, right? I think it's how the jury perceives those moves and like if they took it personally, which I hope they don't, because like I didn't take voting any of them personally. Like it wasn't like it wasn't a situation like I don't like you, you need to go. It was a situation of you're the biggest threat, you need to go, or if I don't do this, I'm out. But it really depends on how the jury perceives everything, you know?
For me, I quite literally willed myself to the end. I won 3 straight when it counted, and on top of like the when it counted, I'm very confident I would have been voted out. Probably each of the times that I won. That I also got Caroline to the end, which that had to take actual game and social strategy to be able to do that.
Like I just feel like he's undermining the potential of me winning, which kind of is upsetting.
Especially if it's a Latoma heavy jury. Like the fact that Caroline got to the end in and of itself is impressive, right?
Now she's sitting there with Dan and Dennis. She's the only Latoma person there. She got out 2 huge threats at the end of the game. That's her best shot to win.
But for me, what I'm thinking is Latoma members will be divided with Jake and Caroline. And people who respect how I played will go for me. I still think I'm gonna win. And I want to go with Jake and Caroline.
Dennis's whole thing to me, he was like, if Jake's really your day 2, why would you bring Meredith and jeopardize his chances of winning? I'm like, my whole purpose in this game is not to let Jake win. Like, that's not what I'm here for.
Dennis is such a snake.
He is.
If I'm a captain today or tomorrow, Dan's out.
He's worried about Dan. He's worried about Dan for some reason. He thinks that, which I guess I get it. Like ever since the Laura vote, after like every tribal or competition, Dan has like gone to somebody, because he doesn't have any other time to meet anybody any other time. So he goes to somebody and says, "This is who I want out." And he came to me after that one challenge and said, "I want Laura out." And then after like the last tribal, he came to me and said, "I want Meredith out." And ever since he's done that, that person has been going out.
Do what I had to do, and I hope that they can recognize that. And if it did come down to a final, like me, Dennis, Meredith, final 3, I think Meredith has the best shot of winning because she's just a very personable person, and she has a way with words. And so I think it. No offense to Dennis, I think it'd be between me and Meredith.
Because she's been a threat for forever now. I don't think Meredith can really be sure that she's gonna beat me in the end. It's gonna be tough.
Welcome everyone, final 5, congratulations. Clap for yourselves. Yay! Okay, so immunity is back up for grabs, Jake. All right, for today's competition, each of you will pick randomly between all of the crew members a poker chip. Whatever the color of that poker chip is, you will stand next to your pile. With your pile, you will then stack each poker chip up, going back to each side until you stack a total of 20 poker chips and cross from whatever line you started at. First person to do so without dropping all of theirs wins.
Oh, not the win.
Unity. 3, 2, 1, go. Wrong lead, Jake and Dan taking the beginning. Dennis literally running, and Dennis drops his chip. Dennis, you can't move until you stack it. Meredith drops her chip. What are you saying? Got it? Yeah. Dan taking an early lead. Dan drops everything. Has to not move until he fully restacks. Jake picking up his 4th chip on his way back. Watching carefully. Chips are on the edge. Everybody moving with pace. Wow, urgency, you guys. Dan coming all the way back, getting mixed up within the halves of the. Dan drops everything again. Does not move until he stacks it all. Jake and Meredith both coming back neck and neck. Here comes Dan again. Caroline and Dennis slowly falling behind, but they're not out of it yet. Keep it up. Meredith with 1 chip left. Jake also with just a few chips left. Drew, how many?
Yeah, because I'm another one of that song.
1 or 2 is Meredith. About 2. Jake coming back. Meredith still in the lead. Caroline and Dennis falling quickly behind. Meredith with 1 more chip left on that side. She could win it all right here and make her way to Final 4. Meredith drops everything. This puts Jake in the lead. Meredith really giving up just because she dropped everything.
I'm not giving up, I'm
So she's
restacking
still
them.
in the lead. Dennis and Caroline are their way back. Dan drops everything. Jake just needs to pick up 1 more chip and make his way back to the beginning, and he can claim immunity to Final 4.
Yes.
Just stack them together, right? Like immediately. Jake making his way back slow as ever as he approaches immunity. All he has to do is not drop it and pass Caroline and Dan, and he wins. Jake wins! Final 5 immunity! Securing his spot to the Final 4. Here, closer.
Oh. I like this spot.
Congratulations, Jake, for his 3rd immunity win. Jake wins immunity for the 3rd time in a row. Congratulations, making it to Final 4. 3rd time making it to Final 4. Meaning I'll see the rest of you guys at Tribal Council tomorrow at midnight. Who'd you think was actually going to win that competition when I explained all the rules and we started?
Me.
And you were like almost dead last.
Yeah.
I think you were dead last.
Don't get me started.
It was in both of our hands.
Yeah.
Like,
We flopped. Like, Jake was gonna be the target, like, at least for me and Dan. And we were, like, going into it and we were like, the one person that can't win is Jake. And, like, I literally was, like, I think it was my last fucking chip. I was leaning down to pick up and I wasn't looking at my PVC pipe and all I heard was it fall behind me. And I was like, damn. And then like Jake is coming by me, and I was like, you fucking got it. I was like, whatever, like this sucks.
That one at first I thought was going to be brutal, but then once I started, it wasn't that bad. I was fully prepared to just take off sprinting and hope for the best to try and beat Meredith because I wasn't catching up to her if she didn't drop.
Meredith and Jake really just blew by me. And then I was doing my best to catch up. I was hoping Meredith could win, because if Meredith won, then our plan to vote Jake out would work, you know?
So after the comp, I texted Jake and I was like, good job, like you totally deserve that, 100%. Like, and he had already texted me earlier in the day and he was like, when can you meet before the next tribal? And like we had set a time yesterday before the comp, and like he changed it because like Dennis wanted to meet then, and so I was like, okay, let's just meet this morning, aka tomorrow morning from yesterday.
Last week, Dennis had called me saying that he wanted a final 3 with me and Caroline. I wasn't 100% sure how much I believed Dennis whenever he said that, but I was just like, okay, cool. And then so we were talking again, and he kind of like reiterated the same stuff. They wanted to go with me and Caroline, and so we talked about who we would vote for, Meredith or Dan.
The captain is back this week.
But all in all, after that long conversation last night with Dennis, and we said we need to talk with Caroline, obviously, to discuss where she's at. I called Caroline last night because it was fresh in my mind. I called her.
That Jake called me at 1 a.m. I'm in bed, makeup off. I'm literally like getting ready for that sweet slumber. And Jake Harris calls me up and he's like, I have too much information. I'm like, okay, let's hear it. And he's just
power fucking hungry, arrogant ass dick.
Whoa.
Sorry, I'm actually so pissed that my game is in his hands, but continue.
He's telling me about a potential final 3. Dennis, sneaky little Dennis, throws out Dan's name to me last week when we have our phone call. That's the first time we've ever talked one-on-one. And he was like, I'm honestly really scared of Dan. Like, he's calling all the shots in this game. Like, I don't know if you know this, like, but he's gonna be my target this week. So that's what I assumed. And then before and after the comp last night, him and Jake talked, and they were still about that final 3 that Dennis pitched last week. So Dennis came to Jake and was like, I want to do a final 3 with you.
So I picked Jake, Caroline, and myself because Caroline, she's bad. no one is gonna go for her. So it's gonna be between me and Jake. I think it's like more possible for me to win if I go with Jake.
And Jake was like, okay, like that's the first I've heard of this, but like there's 2 of us, like who's the third? And Dennis was like, whoever you feel comfortable with. And so he said me, but Dennis has never formally addressed me about this final 3 and specifically told Jake not to tell me about the final 3 until after the Aaron vote, which makes no sense whatsoever. And Jake was like, yeah, well, Dennis and I identified the biggest threat that's eligible to be voted out. And he was like, Meredith. And I'm like, well, shit.
Yeah, no,
At this point, I'm finding it difficult that Caroline's gonna want to vote her out. I mean, Caroline didn't write her name down whenever we did when Lucas got voted out, because she wanted to leave the door open of working with Meredith, which is fine, but Caroline still wouldn't put Meredith's name down then.
Does that make you trust Caroline less?
I still would say that if Caroline would go against me, I'd be shocked.
And so I was like, interesting. Like, I definitely prefer the final 3 with Meredith, like seeing how Dennis has never told me about it and didn't want you to tell me about it. So, I mean, I'm more loyal to Meredith than I am with Denise. I basically framed it to him. I was like, if you want to go for Meredith and get the biggest threat out of this game, then you're jeopardizing bringing your day, like, 2 alliance with you to the final, because Dan and Dennis both have wanted to get me out. So, I mean, I know that Meredith's not going to vote me out. In the final 4, they would, ultimately try to get rid of me if Jake won immunity.
Caroline doesn't want to do Meredith. I guess if I'm going to have a 2-person alliance, I got to take input from the other person from time to time. So I'll probably have to give in on this one, which I swear to God, I'm going to lose my mind if I keep Meredith in this game and she wins over me. I'm going to flip my shit.
Oh, because they're just dumb.
I'm meeting with Dan at 9:45, so like, and I'll talk to him then. And so basically all my conversations with Dan and Dennis have been like, we're gonna vote out Caroline, like we want Kofa like in this final 3 kind of thing, and I'm saying that. So like but then again, Dennis is turning to Jake and saying he's gonna vote out Dan. So
And also, I don't trust Dan because yesterday he told me that he wants to go for Caroline, and I don't think a person who is intelligent enough like Dan will go for Caroline this week. First of all that, and secondly, he told Jake that he wants to go for Meredith.
Because if we want a shot at voting Jake out, then we need to have 3 people strong, right? You need to have 3 people who are going to gun for Jake, and you have to have 3 people you know who will vote for Jake. And that's not the case if we bring Caroline with us.
I really don't know how the votes are gonna line up tonight. Jake and I are not voting for you. Like,
I know,
get that through
but-
your head.
If I'm a captain today or tomorrow, Dan's out. Because he lied.
Do you think he's a liar? Do you think he's been lying this whole game?
He might be. I don't know.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to Final 5. Meredith, paint a picture of that competition. How was it in your mind? Because Jake ended up winning again for his 3rd immunity win.
Yeah, I mean, it was going great. I was having a great time. And then I stacked like 19 chips and I've been down for what I think was the last one. I just heard them all shatter to the floor. I wasn't looking at them and I was like, I'll watch it back and I'll see what happened, but I think I was just too comfortable, too cocky, and I just probably went down too fast to pick it up and wasn't paying attention to like what I was doing.
Dan, do you think that it's going to be harder to vote out people now that you're at 5 and there's less options and it's harder to come up with alliances since everybody is such a close-knit community now? I mean, you guys are the Final 5. You've been through it all.
Yeah, I feel like, especially since in order to get here, you like tribe lines, started to blur, and so you had to like work across tribes and across the original tribes, and that that makes it so that you make closer bonds than you were expecting, and like severing those bonds is a lot harder than I thought. Because like when you're just watching the show, you're like, bro, come off, it's so obvious. Like if you tell them you're going out, like, but like when you're actually in this situation and you've built like actual bonds with people, it's a lot harder to make those decisions without letting your emotions sort of get in the way.
Caroline, he makes a good point. He says like, come on, it's so obvious, take out whoever, whatever. But do you think that that's still the same case and that there's an obvious person that needs to go tonight? Or do you think, like he said, a bond is going to be severed and it'll reflect when it's time for final tribal council?
I mean, there's 3 of us sitting here that have never won immunity, so I think that there is definitely a disparity between perceived threats and non-threats, and
Meredith, you've won a number of competitions. The only one out of the 4 people that are vulnerable that have won anything. Do you think that puts a huge target on your back and you're scared tonight?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I've said that to everybody at this point. Like, I know, like, I'm a threat, I'm vulnerable. I had a long day of work today. I was like, if anybody plans on voting for me, just tell me. Like, I just don't want to walk into a blindside. Like, I'll throw my hands up. But, yeah, I hope it's all friendly and all in good spirits if it's my turn to go.
Jake, how important are alliances in this game at this point? Or is it literally just a matter of you've got to keep winning to try and claw your way to the end?
I mean, I think alliances are very important. The only issue whenever you get to this part of the game is with the immunity necklace. At some point, depending on how big your alliance is, how many numbers you have, then at some point you could get into a situation where you're going to have to vote out your own people. Long story short, alliances matter, but at this point in the game, there's so few people that situations come up that are unexpected. You have to deal with.
Meredith, do you think that there's just a Do you think everybody has played a pretty honest, truthful game thus far, or do you think that there's still liars that need to be dealt with? Because it is a final three, and two of you gotta go.
I mean, everybody here has had their fair share of lying. Like, that's the only way to get to Final Five at this point. It's just who you choose to trust in the moment. And, like, I'm trusting people I think I can trust if it works out.
Dan, do you agree with that? About the lying?
What, that everyone's lied?
Yeah.
Yeah, I lied to people, of course. that's how I made it here. Like I feel like it's impossible to play a completely truthful game. Like,
The jury can tell you.
yeah, no, sorry guys.
Damn.
But yeah, like I had to lie to get here. I didn't like doing it, but you know, my conscience can be, you know, subdued by $100. Like,
Hey, I mean, that's a lot of money to some people, for real. It's a lot of money to me. Dan, do you think that confidence can still exist in the final five? Or do you think that there's no point in being confident because you know that anybody could go?
I think you have to have like some level of confidence in the people that you like talk to. You know, you have to be confident that they'll do what they do. Otherwise, you know, you can't really play the game, or you're just gonna like go in circles like, oh, what if this person's lying? What if this person's lying? And then you can't formulate what you're gonna do based on anything essentially. But I think we all are in the same boat that like none of us are fully confident in what's gonna happen next, except for Jake. He knows that he's safe. And so, yeah, but like all the rest of us, the only thing that we know, and other people not even know, like, but you only know who you're gonna vote for. You can't see into the voting booth to see what other people are voting for. You can't control other people, but you can do your best.
I think it's time to vote. Jake, are you keeping your necklace?
Yeah.
Nice. Jake, you're up.
Erin lied, she's out. Laura lied, she's out. Now you lied, so you have to go this week. Go study for your finals.
I'll now go tally the votes. Should be good. Alright. If anybody has a hidden immunity or advantage that they'd like to play, now is your last chance to do so. Okay, I'll read the votes. First up, Dan. Dan. It's 2 votes Dan. Caroline. 2 votes Dan for vote Caroline. Eleventh person voted out, and 6th member of our jury, Dan. Go grab a torch. I don't know if that was 11th or... Wait here. We good? Dan, let's try this though. Alright, final 4. 3 of you will be arguing for the winning prize. Good luck. Alright.
It was a fun game. I got blindsided. I wasn't expecting to go home. I think Meredith, the dentist, looked on me, but you know, it is what it is. I'll take it as a compliment. They thought I was a bigger threat than Meredith, which I didn't think I was, but you know, I played how I wanted to play, and I'm happy with how I played.
Welcome to the final competition of Survivor Carolina. Here's how it's going to work. I'll give each of you a flint. You'll go back to whatever station you want to sit at, and you will make fire. Whoever gets the fire up until 10 inches high, I will come measure it. If it stays at 10 inches high, the flame, if it stays at 10 inches high, you will win immunity. And the rest of you are vulnerable for a final tribal council where one of you will be voted out, and the other 3 will go to argue their way for $100 and the title of Sole Survivor. Alright, let's get at whatever station you want. I'm helping you guys get along. Immediately, everybody going to sort things while Caroline and Dennis try to figure out how to use the flint. Dennis tried to figure out how to use the flint. Caroline sorting out her materials. Jake starting with some sparks. Doing it very, very, very fast. Is that the way to go? Dennis also doing it really fast. Getting some sparks going. Jake's getting some sparks. Jake getting a bunch of sparks. Yeah. Meredith gets a spark. Jake very close to a flame, but not quite. Meredith and Jake, the only ones starting with sparks. Caroline getting her first sparks. We're 3 minutes in, no flames lit, but tons of sparks everywhere. We're approaching 5 minutes with nobody getting any sort of flame. Dennis getting a bunch of sparks going. What you needed to use. Jake getting a flame. We're gonna see if he can coddle this flame up to be something bigger. When you think you're ready, let me know and I'll measure it. Meredith's flame dies, leaving Jake in the lead, but she can still come back from this if Jake's flame dies. Hearing some sizzling by Jake. When he's ready to let me know.
I don't know how big 10 inches.
Would you like to measure and see?
Yeah, I'll go right know where I'm at.
Alright. Jake could win 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jake wins individual immunity again. Jake will be arguing his way for those $100 and that win. Congratulations. Everybody else, one of you will be voted out. Who that is depends on your relationships you've made throughout this game. Good luck. See you at Tribal Council tomorrow. Congrats.
I did not think that we would be making fire on Campus Survivor. Oh, I was shocked. Everyone was shocked because we went down there and we all went, what the heck is that? And then somebody went, no fucking way. He's like, that's a fire making kit. I said, oh, hell no. So everybody was shocked. And I was like, I didn't know I needed to practice my flint and steel making fire before I hopped on this show. I mean, it's kind of a double-edged sword with winning the immunity. Obviously, you want to win it because you guarantees your spot. But now, because there were 2 final 3s made, that one of them is going to get broken, and it's going to get broken on me and Caroline's end, I would assume. And so now that's going to be somebody who's sour on the jury.
We voted out Dan, Jake, and I, whatever, to have like our 2 final 3s. So like we have one with Dennis and one with Meredith.
Now I got to make a choice, and I talked to Dennis after because we both parked in the same parking deck, and it was just like we were just quickly walking, and he was like, "So I guess Meredith, right?"
I have no words to say to Dennis. I have no, like, he's not texting me, I'm not texting him.
It's like, yeah, that's what I would probably want to do. I think it gives me the best shot if I take Meredith out. It's like, but I haven't talked to Caroline about it.
It's like, so I've been thinking, and I'm like, Oh, fuck.
I hate when boys say
everything I've been cooking. He said, if I'm going to be 100% honest, I really don't like the idea of voting to keep Meredith. It just doesn't make sense from a game perspective. That's why I think we can call it and talk about it. Just the more I think about it, the more it worries me. So I call Boy up, and he's like pitching to me like, I don't think it's best for the game, like she's the biggest threat. And I'm like, this seems very like he's already won type vibes, and like it's just about getting him more votes in the end. And it's less about, oh, like you're gonna be sitting next to me as well and you could potentially win this game. But like I get it, I don't have immunity wins, but I am partially why he's sitting where he is.
He even said that to me in his conversation. He was like, I wouldn't be here without Caroline. Like, I've been working with her since week 2.
Obviously been working with Caroline since week 2. And the goal was to go to the end with Caroline since week 2. And I had thought about it, she's the only person, other than I guess like Maggie and Will, who never had a chance. And Xavier, because first vote. She is the only person that's never blindsided me or put my name down in the game.
Yeah, like basically I just told Jake, I was like, if you force a tie, like I was like, I've been texting with Caroline, like it really doesn't sound like she wants to vote me out, and like I have no reason not to trust her. Like she's been honest with me up to this point.
I have no reason not to trust her, like, and she votes for Dennis and I vote for Dennis and you and Dennis vote for me. That will force me to compete with Dennis, and then I'd be going into the final 3 with it tied.
Yeah, exactly.
Out of anybody, Meredith has the best case to try and go against that, because like I've been saying, she was labeled a threat same as I, and she got here without having to win immunities.
So Dennis, you made it to Final 4. How do you feel to be beating out 12 other contestants and making it all the way here?
You asked me the same question yesterday.
I know. I'm gonna ask it again.
I mean, it's a good feeling, and but I think today it's gonna be different than before, and I think today we will see how smart each person is. I think.
Caroline, what do you make of that?
We all go to UNC. I think we're all pretty intelligent students. I don't know, I'm not too afraid of that statement, but the chips may fall where they lie.
Jake, do you think that anybody should be afraid of that statement?
I don't even know. It kind of goes along with Caroline, that we're all smart, we're all at UNC. I think everyone just has to decide what's the smartest decision for them.
Meredith, why do you think Dennis made that comment in particular?
I'm just going to talk about my day, because my day has been an absolute roller coaster. So I started my day, I'm just going to air it out. I feel like we can all be honest. There's no idols.
Okay, yeah, that's why I said that the first.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's okay. I'm going to just say my piece. Basically, I was like, I texted Caroline and Jake, like obviously me and Dennis did not know what each other was doing in the vote last night. We were not honest with each other, so I just assumed that he would come for me tonight, which is totally okay. I respect it. Caroline told me she didn't want to vote for me. I had a conversation with Jake for a while. He told me to my face he didn't want to vote for me, and I was like, okay, thank you, like I appreciate it. And then like literally like an hour ago, Jake texted me and he was like, I'm gonna vote for you, like I'm sorry, heads up. And I'm just like, yeah, damn, okay, like I'll come ready to compete, like whatever, I'll get over it. Dennis calls me like 5 minutes ago. We have not had any like one-on-one conversations for like weeks now, and he's like,
not weeks, we had one 2 days ago. No, yeah.
Yeah, with
yesterday
Dan
we
always.
had one yesterday.
Yeah, but not one-on-one. And
yeah.
he was like, we need to vote Caroline out, like they're coming for me. And I'm like, they're literally dead ass telling me they're coming for me. Like at this point I'm just over it. I'm gonna vote how I want to vote, and like
Exactly.
So why are you calling and trying to play last minute? Like,
Dennis pitched a final 3 to me 15 minutes before the vote last night. So him wanting to throw out my name.
Yeah, and then you told me you were gonna vote for me today. What can I do?
I didn't agree to that final 3. I was a +1. I was
Plus
a plus
one?
one.
Well, what do you mean
Yes.
plus one? There's only
You know what
3
you
people.
did? You didn't want me to know about it until the 11th hour. And guess what I found out? And it upset me. And I'm not...
Wait, what upset?
You made this final 3
Yeah,
several
me.
weeks ago and did not want to tell me until 15 minutes before travel last night. Is that wrong?
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
Meeting me in the...
but why
meeting
didn't
me
I
in-
tell you? Think about this.
I'm not 10 steps ahead of you here. I mean, like, go ahead.
I
lay it
didn't
all
tell
on the
you
line.
because I was scared that you were gonna go tell this to other people, which is
But
I
you
think
could trust
reasonable.
Jake, but you couldn't trust
Yeah,
me.
I trust
So how
Jake
can
and I don't trust
you.
you. Exactly, I trust him. I don't trust you.
Okay,
Did you
so
trust me,
you know
or
where
was my
vote
call
lies
just
tonight.
like to cover your ass?
But
You know
right
where my
now,
vote lies
Yeah.
tonight.
right now, that's like last. I learned about this and then I said, I'm going for Caroline right now.
After you made a final 3 that you didn't want to tell me about, and
And then you
left
told me
there.
I'm gonna go for you. What can I do? I need to survive, right? So that's
Yeah,
why
you
I'm
did.
going for you now.
Okay.
I was gonna go for her. Now I'm
It's
gonna
fair,
go for
but
you.
I was straight up with you that I was going to vote out you, and now it's come to Meredith telling me that you wanted to vote me out. You can't do the same courtesy of letting me know. I thought we were going to make agreement that there's going to be no blind sides. tonight.
You told me that you were gonna go for me, right?
Yes, I was being
Then
transparent.
what-
That
I
was my
mean, I-
plan. And then you just told Meredith that you wanted to vote me out. After
Exactly.
we had made a pact to not make a blind side tonight.
How is this a blindside if I go for you? I didn't tell you who I was gonna go for. You told me you were gonna pick me.
Is this making sense? Like, I feel like we're talking
I think it does,
circles here.
100%.
Well, while you guys were chatting, Meredith and Jake were whispering. Do you guys want to tell everybody what you guys were whispering about, since we're airing everything out in the open right now?
I mean, Meredith looked at me and she's like, is he actually voting for Caroline? I was like, I don't know.
For me?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know.
I mean, I told you this, right?
Yeah, but I can't believe you, Dennis. Like, were you actually going for Caroline or not? Or were you just
5
lying
minutes
to me?
before I was going for Caroline, but right now I'm debating right now because I wasn't expecting you to tell everything we thought in front of everyone.
Well, how can I expect to believe what you're saying to me 5 minutes before tribal when you're calling me, Dennis?
I mean, it popped into my head.
Fair enough.
I was thinking about this and then I said, if Caroline is going for me, I'm going for Caroline. It's that easy, simple, basic.
And I
Two,
told
two
her
plus two.
Simple, dimple.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going for me, I'm
Eye
gonna go
an
for
eye,
you.
but I let you know that I was taking out your eye. You didn't.
Well,
give
what
me
should
that
I do?
courtesy.
Call you and then say, yo, I'm gonna
Yes,
go.
I called you. What the? I'm sorry. I don't want to get too heated. but
I called you. You didn't call me.
Let me pull up those phone records
Pull up
right
the
here.
phone record right
I
now.
can pull it on site. I got receipts. I ain't doing this today.
I said
Dennis
let's.
Mobile twice.
I
Dennis
said
Mobile
let's
twice.
meet 7:30, and then she texted me 8 or something. Show the text. Show the text.
8:10 incoming call. 8:05 outgoing call.
Show the text. Do I have to show the text?
You can show the text if you want.
I trust the audience.
Jake, what do you make of this curveball that's going on literally minutes before we're about to go vote?
I mean, it's our last tribal. This is awesome. This is one
Raise
best
your
one.
hand if you're having a good time. You guys think we're ready to release that tension? Go vote? Nope, we're all ready? Alright, Jake, you're up first. We'll go move the tripod.
Like I just said down there, we talked today, so I don't know what you're on about. Call records right there. Hate to do it to you, my boy.
Read the votes. First vote. Dennis.
No, there's an eye.
Meredith. Tie. 1 vote Dennis, 1 vote Meredith.
I'm shocked.
Dennis. That's 2 votes Dennis, 1 vote Meredith, 1 vote left. we're tied. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna pass out 2 slips of paper to Dennis and Meredith. It's a T and an F, true and false. I'll then ask you a series of true and false questions that I've already given to the jury about different stages of the game. The first person to get one wrong and the other person gets it right loses and becomes the final member of the jury. Alright, ready? True or false? When Erin was voted out, she had an idol. I'll give you guys 10 seconds to take your answer. Are you both set on an answer? I'm good. Are you good? 3, 2, 1, reveal it. You both said false, you're both correct. True or false? When Lucas was asked who was the most robbed, he said himself. You guys are ready.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, that's
Meredith says false. Dennis says true. The answer is false, which means Meredith.
Yes! Let's go! Oh my gosh!
Congratulations.
Did he say Sadie?
He said, Saoirse.
Oh. Sadie, I thought it was.
Dennis, go grab a torch for the final member of the jury. Dennis, try this way. Well, congratulations to you 3 for making final 3. You'll get to argue to the jury tomorrow why you deserve to win the title of Sole Survivor and $85. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Have a good one.
In life, you're not gonna always win everything you want. I wanted to win, but right now I'm happy because I was able to beat 12 other people, and I respect other opponents. And I want to say sorry to everyone if I said bad things about them. But I think this is a game, and sometimes we have to be honest. So I tried my best, but if it doesn't happen, there's nothing else we can do.
Welcome, final 3. You've made it as far as you could possibly make it in this game. You guys should be really proud of yourselves. We're gonna do some speeches so that you guys can justify how you made it to this game, what kinds of moves you make, and why you deserve to win $100 and the title of Sole Survivor. So we're gonna start with Meredith. She's gonna go first, address the jury, and then we can get started.
Oh my god. Well, hello there, jury. It's nice to see you guys tonight. As you all are aware, I played a very physical game in the beginning. I have won now as many competitions as Shake. We are tied 4-4. I have been labeled a threat since the very beginning, but I was smart enough to put myself in the middle of social status for the Copa tribe, and that has carried me toward the end of the game. I have also had my fair share of conversations with the Toma tribe, and I have made it as far as I have with being a threat, not winning immunity in these last couple challenges. I have 5 votes against me, and 2 were in the last challenge from Jake and Dennis. I deserve to be here. Nobody wanted me out. Sorry, Dennis. Nobody wanted me out. Everybody wanted me here. I played an amazing game. That was a mix of social and physical challenge. I did well in mental comps, even though I came in second to Lucas. I won multiple physical comps. I have played my heart out, and I think I have the most complex game of anybody up here, and I'm more than happy to answer your questions and make that perfectly clear to why you should vote for me tonight.
All right, next will be Jake.
Hey guys, I think I've gone through the most adversity out of anybody who's made it this far in this game. I mean, from the first vote, I was did the worst thing that you can do other than get voted out. Was the only one not involved on a blind side, and I felt like I was at the bottom of that tribe. And after that vote, for the next vote, I was able to get everyone around me and trust me and insulate myself in the game and vote out Roxanne at that point in time. And it set me up perfectly to go into the merge. And what I did from that point forward is develop my social game. The fact that I knew that getting to the merge, I was going to be a threat. I was going to be looked at as a physical threat, someone you didn't want to go against in individual competitions. And so I knew that going forward at that point. And so before the merge even started, I preached, we got to be Latoma strong, because I planned to do that, but as well, that protected me because I knew I needed these people around me to go through. And I was right, because the first vote of the merge was for me. And anyone on Latoma had the chance that they could have flipped their vote and saved themselves from going to Rocks. But they trusted me and wanted to keep me in the game. And that even went into the next vote when Sadie played her idol that she had in the beginning of the game for me, which again goes towards my social game. The fact that she was willing and trusted me enough that she was give up her own safety to give to me. And although that move did fail, I think that move still shows for my game what I was doing in social game. The following vote after that, it was the last time that I was ever vulnerable in this game. Well, other than there was the Lucas, there's the one right after, obviously, and I won the immunity necklace for that one. And I thought that I really needed it. Turns out, I don't think I did. But the following vote that Laura went, that was the last time that I ever actually had a chance to go. And from after the Laura vote on, whenever the game came down to crunch time, at the end of the game, no one could ever cast a vote for me. I won every immunity challenge to end out this game. And on all kinds of different phases. Did a puzzle, did physical comps, made a damn fire with Flint that I've never done before. And so I think that my combination of my social game and my physical game, because my social game continued even at the end, the fact that I was able to get Caroline here too, because we were ride or die since week 2. And my goal was to get her here as well. And so I was safe with the immunity necklace, but I had to keep her safe as well. And so I was able to convince everybody that Caroline wasn't a threat. And now here she is in the final 3 as well. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to y'all's questions. I can't wait to explain my game more.
Also, if you could move more this way too.
Yeah. Hey jury, can I get some snaps for the jury, y'all? Let me just say this. Patience is bitter, but the fruit is oh so sweet. And there is a lot I've been waiting to say. I've been patient as fuck. Sorry, you might throw that out. I've made 2 promises in this game. I would never vote for Meredith Jolly, and I would never vote for Jake Harris. My game has depended on keeping these 2 in that I knew that I could trust to no end. I knew that these people would have my back day one, and we made the same promises that we would not vote for each other. Now, keeping these 2 that both wanted each other out at different points of the game has been tumultuous. It has been an uphill battle, but I've reached the summit of this hill, and I am happy to say that I have, because I know that I have the perception of being a goat, but I'm here, and y'all are there, so let's get it. Nah, but let's talk numbers. So I know that I have the least amount of votes in this game, and that I think is a testament to my social game. Besides Merrick, who left on his own accord, and Saoirse that drew an unfortunate rock, I only have 3 votes in this game. The first vote was Roxanne. She went home that night. The second vote was Lucas. He went home that night. And the third vote was Dan, and he went home that night. I think that's a testament to how strong of a social game I played and how strong my alliances, my day 1, my week 2, had my back, and the networks that I made to infiltrate these tribes. The odds were stacked against me in this game, I will recognize. I missed the first challenge, and that was beyond my grasp of what I could possibly do in this game. I had family issues come up. I apologize. I'm with this game. I'm a Survivor fan. I played to honor my brother, and that's why I'm here. So
that's just, it was out of my reach, and I'm sorry that I couldn't come to that challenge, but I think it's a testament to how hard I've networked, how hard I've clawed my way to the top, led the blindsider against Roxanne, who I knew wanted me home, wanted my ass sent home that night, and ever since then, I've known how every single vote in this game has gone, believe it or not. You can ask me how I do. I've just played a game that I think is dynamic. I've played undercover. I've minimized myself as a threat because I recognized that a lot of people might have underestimated me since I didn't win any immunity challenges. I didn't appear as a strong physical threat. I swallowed my pride when many people in this game, specifically men in this game, told me that they knew that they could beat me in the final. I played into the archetype that the production cast has told me that, not specifically, but alluded to, like the sorority girl, not intelligent, as like, maybe not the brightest tool in the shed, maybe not the brightest tool in the shed. But I played into that role and answered the questions during travel accordingly, like why I should stay. I said that I provide comedic relief. I think I provide a little bit more than that, but sometimes you just gotta minimize yourself as a threat or as a non-threat. And yeah, I just look to ancient philosophers like Sun Tzu. He's a Chinese military strategist, wrote The Art of War, but he has prophesized to know how to deceive your enemy and appear weak when you're strong and appear strong when you're weak. So I hope I was able to deceive you. I've played an honorable game with those that I've had alliances to since the beginning, and I couldn't imagine two more deserving people to be sitting up here with me tonight. And thank you guys for having me on this season and taking my mind off all the struggles of this semester. It's been such an amazing ride, and whatever happens, happens. So thank you guys.
And with that, we'll give the jury some time to think about questions. All right, Sadie, it's time for you to ask your question.
All right, okay, first. So you went on an amazing run towards the end. You didn't give a chance for basically anybody to vote you out. So my question is, did you end up with who you truly wanted to be in the final three? Is that who you wanted next to you? And if so, why? Or if there were other people, who were they? Why did you end up with the people you had there? And was it your purpose?
So obviously, I assume it's during the time frame of the late game, whenever I went on this immunity run. And I for sure was going to go with Caroline the whole time. That was never a question. That was my thought process really from week 2. That was the goal. And did I want to sit next to Meredith? I did not want to sit next to Meredith because why would I? Not that I don't think that I can beat Meredith, because I certainly think that I can. But if you have the opportunity to get out a threat in the game, you have to take that opportunity, especially whenever there's someone who's been shown that they can win immunity challenges and that she's always a threat to win immunity challenges. It really bothered me throughout the game that people would not see the fact that they just got to get her out of the game. And I can't help the fact that everyone doesn't want to do that, or they don't see the fact that that's a smart move. I can't help that. But to answer your question, the ideal, obviously, as I voted in last night's vote, the ideal would have been to take Dennis to the end. But I felt confident regardless of where I was at. But no, this was not the ideal for me to answer.
Caroline, kind of the same thing with kind of same situation as Jake. You were from the old Latoma, and we were kind of outnumbered coming into the merge, and then Lucas and I got voted out back to back. Y'all were down in numbers, and it was just kind of a crazy time. So, on the other hand, Jake won a ton of immunities. Meredith won a ton of immunities. They're both beasts and challenges, and I've heard a lot about their social game. What on your resume compares to the two? I want to know what your biggest move in the game was, because I know you mentioned the Roxanne vote, and that was a crazy vote. But just what was your biggest move in the game?
So I think I provide a nice dichotomy between a strong physical game and a strong social game, where I did not, make the physical merits that they have. I made up for the social game. So it all kind of cascaded from the Roxanne vote. I recognized that she was a big threat in this game, that she had prior experience at Michigan State Survivor. And ultimately, I tried to like make inroads with everyone that was on the tribe. I met with you, I met with Saoirse, Lucas, just trying to gain my bearings on the dynamics of the tribe. And then from there, I sort of flipped the vote from it being me onto Roxanne. And then from there, I felt like we sort of voted unanimously. And of course, when we got to the merge, I realized that this is now an individual game. And so I networked with Laura, I networked with Aaron, and to the best of my ability, tried to, you know, keep Latoma viable in this game, since I knew that there was still like that allegiance, as you had mentioned, like Latoma strong for the final. So I guess that's sort of where I'm at. I feel like it's been dynamic, and I recognize that I was stronger in tribal immunity, contributing to like that first game when I brought this flag, and I had such great like tribal pride for Latoma. Like I really wanted us to win. I like felt that, and so I think I gave us the boost to get us to the merge. And then since then, I've just been playing an individual game to get these two to the end, who I made promises to. And yeah, I convinced everyone in the past two votes to keep Meredith, and I just wanted to sit next to these two. Yeah. So.
And then Meredith, you're obviously just a beast in this game. You won a ton of immunities. You're a big social player, similar to Jake, kind of on that front. So the last couple of tribals, though, you definitely were saying like, "Oh, it's going to be me tonight. I know it. I think it's going to be me." You were saying that a couple of times. So I just kind of want to know, did you actually think it was you, and you were relying on other people to bring you, or was it like you thought it was you, but you were trying to move your way up in this game, and you just didn't want to give it other people hints? Like, how was that working? You definitely said it a couple times.
Yeah, I never thought it was me. Every time I raised my hand thinking I was nervous, I was never actually nervous. I have been on the right side of every single vote. I have known how every single vote was going to go. So yeah, that just was a testament to my social game. I wanted my tribe to continue to protect me, and everybody I was working with still think, a lot of people were like, yeah, Meredith, it's going to be you tonight. Everybody believed it. I wanted everybody to think it was me, but in the end, every single vote, I got what I wanted to happen. Except toward the end when Jake kept winning.
All right, Lucas, you're up next.
Hey guys, first off, I want to congratulate you guys on making the final three. There's no doubt in my mind that you guys played probably, very likely in my mind, the three strongest games. So congratulations on that. Very proud of all you guys. First question's for Meredith. I'd like a little bit more information on the final seven vote for Laura. First off, why you didn't have immunity. I'm a bit unclear on that because it kind of seems like you just gave it to Aaron. So if you could explain that, and also why the vote went towards Laura.
Yeah, for sure. I never planned for anybody to win, like to give anybody anything. I didn't think I was going to win, and I didn't think anybody was going to go for a clue to an immunity idol. So I was like, oh, I'm going to play this. Nobody else is going to go for it. So even if I don't win, I'm automatically just going to have that part of the game. And so when I won, it just was really whoever was behind me got it. Like, I didn't know that's how it was going to work. I just thought it was going to be a race, and whoever would figure it out next would get it. So that's what happened. And then the Laura vote was unfortunate. I was playing a very close game with Laura. Laura clued in a little bit to how close me and Caroline were. And I was nervous for her to tell the rest of the tribe. I didn't think I had the majority if that little secret came out. And all I wanted was for me and Caroline to be in this final three together, and we have worked a very close game together. And so, unfortunately, I had to cut Laura.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Laura, you're up.
So my first question goes to Jake, and so other than the physical challenges in the back half of the game, I don't think that you really played a very successful social game. So how does it feel knowing that you're sitting there because Dan decided to vote for me instead of you?
I disagree mightily on the fact that I haven't played a great social game. I went into the merge as being a top threat between me and Sadie. It was 1 and 2, and I got votes because y'all didn't think I had an idol that first one. So I was most definitely in everybody's mind as being a top threat in this game. And then I haven't received a vote since that point, both because of the immunity necklace and after. And I believe
because of the immunity necklace. Yeah.
I disagree. I disagree with that because, as you mentioned yourself, the vote because of the move that you made yourself of giving me the fake idol made everyone want to go after you, and obviously I can play into that, and it exactly is what I did, and so for me, that was the last vote that I was in danger without the immunity necklace, and that was the last time that I could have been voted out. But even without the immunity necklace, my social game, Dennis and Meredith both called me individually at a time where the KOFA people have numbers. They called me wanting to do a Final Three alliance. And I didn't necessarily believe Meredith at all. I didn't believe that one. But Dennis, I actually believe because Dennis's made sense. And it made sense on both ends for all parties. The fact that Dennis was in a Final Three with Meredith, Dan, and him, and he felt like he was on the bottom, and he felt like he wouldn't be on the bottom if he was with me and Caroline when it came to this spot right here and getting votes. And so the fact that I went and talked to everybody that they felt comfortable enough to come to me for those things, then I would argue that my social game was great.
Okay. And then lastly, for Meredith. I really came to consider you a close friend over this semester, but I can kind of see now that you were making those same kinds of connections with everyone throughout the game. So I was wondering if you ever meant anything you said to me, or if you were gaming me all along.
Oh my gosh, Laura, babe. I wanted you here so bad. I really thought, I thought of you so highly in regard, that you were such a strong player and you came here for the big moves. And I knew that because we did develop a real friendship, and I felt so awful that vote. I looked at Aaron and I was like, I'm going to throw up. I felt sick. But the big move would have been to go for me and Carolina. I did not realize that before you came to our houses, which was not planned, that, you knew. And so because of that, I just had to try to get you out when I could. But no, I really do love you, and I cannot wait to talk to you afterwards.
It's all in good fun. Thanks, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Dan, it's time to go play.
Caroline, in my eyes,
lay it on me.
in my eyes, you're a goat, right? You called yourself a human.
Because I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And babes, guess what?
I'm here and you're there. That's all I can say. But tell me why, I should vote for you instead of Meredith or Jake. It seems like your game and Meredith's games are so intertwined that
The first half of the game was tribal immunity, not individual immunity. I did everything on my own to get here halfway mark. So, I don't know, beyond that.
Alright, so then post-merge, how is your game different from hers? Can you sort of delineate between what she did and what you did, and how maybe what you did in the social aspect is superior to what she did, because she outplayed you in the physical aspect, and so did Jake.
Like you said, perception is reality, and the perception that we wanted to uphold was that we were not as close as we were. So I wasn't relying on Meredith's relations in this game to guide me. I reached out to people on my own. I reached out to Laura, I reached out to Aaron. I eventually reached out to you guys, which wasn't as well received, and we never met in person, unfortunately.
Sadly.
And you told me that you were doing homework, but you were really meeting up with Meredith, which was a little bit upsetting. I'm not
I was
gonna
doing
lie.
homework up until that.
Yeah, but we were about to hang up, and you're like, yeah, I gotta go do homework, and then Meredith said that you guys were idol hunting, so I don't know.
Oh,
there.
that one.
That one. So, yeah, I forged these relationships on my own. There's only so much that Meredith could have done. I'm my own person, so I feel like everything that I've done to this point was on my own. I had Meredith's intel, but I had to make these connections. I had to meet these people just for who they were. I didn't see people as numbers in this game. As you can tell, I didn't vote for Lucas, even though we were head-to-head on that 7th vote. That's just something that I honored and wanted to respect. And I try to meet people where they were and use that to, guide my votes and where I thought alliances would be the best in this game.
Okay.
You have follow-ups? I'm ready.
Can you give me a more concrete example though? Can you give me a concrete example of where your social game, you specifically, not your relationship with Meredith, not stuff from her end, where you sort of saved yourself, or where you got what you wanted through social aspects?
I think I really showed my true colors in the last tribal. I've been pretty calm, cool, collected this whole game, but it tests me when people don't uphold the same level of honor and integrity as me.
we established as a Final Four to be honest, to be upfront. We don't have idols in the game anymore. So what's the point of saying that you're going to vote for someone behind their back? And when Dennis was on the phone with Meredith saying, I know I can beat this girl, that's sort of what I was alluding to in my opening speech. I just think that there's a level of almost like disrespect. I know I'm seen as a goat, but like, I think that I have a fair chance against Dennis, as shown in the third challenge when I outran him and I out-tied those tennis balls. I mean, Latoma, y'all can speak to that. I had a crazy lead on that challenge, and I beat Dennis's.
Which game?
The third challenge, you remember that? Yeah.
Dennis, it's not your turn.
Yeah, so I think I could test it out there, but.
Thank you, Dan. And then now it's time for Dennis's questions.
I mean, I don't have
I'm so
any
tired.
like specific questions, but I want to say congrats to each of you, because if you guys are here and I'm here, that means I think you guys played the game better than me personally. So, but I want to say congrats more to Jake, because I think he played an honest game, and in this game it's so hard to be honest.
I was gonna say you didn't play honest. But okay.
I mean, no, he played honest. I didn't play. I mean, I did. I was trying to play honest.
Sorry.
Yeah. I was trying my best to be honest. But I think okay. So I think he played the game more honest than anyone else here, and it's so hard in this game to be honest. Yeah, that's what I want to say. And also, yeah, I don't have any questions, but I want to say congrats to all of you, and I hope one of you.
Alright. Meredith, you can speak.
Yeah, I was gonna speak. I wouldn't say Jake has played the most honest game. He's tried to work with me every single time I've talked to him, even though I'm hearing now that he's been trying to get me out of every single vote. Also, me and Caroline have played the most insane game of the season. You will all watch it back, but Duas came into this game. Dan knew Xavier, Lucas knew Aaron, Merrick and Logan. We were the ones to outplay all of you and be able to hold both tribes in our hand and use those relationships to make our way to the Final Three. Who else can say they came in with somebody day one and made it to the Final Three with them? Unfortunately, nobody. Jake has not had any votes against him because he has won out. What is that testament? That is the same thing that happens every season of Survivor. We played this game more complex than anything ever. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought, but it's kind of boring. Like, he just won himself to the end. I have stayed in this game labeled a threat. We deserve the votes tonight.
I was going to throw a quick thing in there. The fact that she said the duos came into this game and that people knew each other coming to this game. I knew nobody coming into this game. And I think that's a testament to how I got here. I mean, I'm sitting here with two people that have known each other before this game, have worked together throughout this entire game, and yet I've still made my way here because of the relationships that I've built, because of winning challenges. Everything comes together for the fact that I'm sitting right here.
Do I get a final comment?
Yes, go ahead, Caroline. And this will be it.
All right, I've been spitfiring proverbs this whole season, y'all. I got one last one. Those who boast of victory have already lost. I feel like going into this tribal tonight, most people had their minds up between these two. I hope that my conviction, my honesty, my integrity has sort of shifted your perspective on my gameplay. And I have receipts once again for how I prophesized 2 months ago yesterday. I texted Meredith Jolly, would you be interested in the Final Three with Jake and I? I was so confident in this group and these two people going forward that I kept them here when the votes were against them. Meredith, the past two votes, she was supposed to be gone. Biggest threat. And then on the tie, when Jake got that fake idol and got the real idol, I didn't want Jake to have, the fake idol only. I wanted him the real idol, so I didn't speak up. I didn't, let the tribe know that I knew that they was going a different way. I just wanted these two here, and they're here now, and so everything has led up to this moment for me, and I just want to thank you guys for providing me this awesome-ass club that has just been such a treat to have my senior year.
All right. that's gonna be that's the end of the questions. Now we'll call in Saoirse and the rest of the jury to go vote for the winner of Survivor Carolina Season 1, which I will read tonight as soon as it is all finished. Prepare your votes.
This is hard. Getting social and respect. And that plus his physical game has made him, I think, the one winner of the game. So that's why I'm going to vote for, yeah, I'm going
I'll now tally the votes for the winner of Survivor Carolina Season 1. First up, Meredith. Caroline. Jake. All time. One vote. Meredith, one Jake. Meredith. Jake. Two votes Jake, one vote Caroline. Jake. The winner of Survivor.
Let's go, Jay! We won! We won, Sarah! Let's go, Jay! Jay! I don't know what to do. Go, Jay!
Basic asshole. That's all I have to say.
Yeah!